I'm just going to have to check out this microphone. I think it's working, is it? Yeah. So, to conform or not to conform? That is the question, isn't it? The theme of this TEDx talk is how are women and girls shaping the future as leaders, inventors and innovators? And then the specific theme of this Cork TEDx talk is freedom from conformity. That gives me a very strong impression that we ought to be urging and advocating that women and girls break free from conformity so that they can be leaders, inventors and innovators. What I would say is, hang on a second there. Let's not make out that this is too easy. Let's not give the wrong impression. It's not as though it's some single act event that you walk through some magic door, go through the looking glass, go through the portal, get to the other side and reach non-conformity, as though it's there like that. In actual fact, as we all know, it's a process. Any process takes time, takes work. It's a constant process of work. Did I say work? I'll say work again. Now, really, when you think about it, should we really be advocating that women and girls free themselves from conformity? Should we not be advocating that they conform? Because if you want to get into a position where you can have power, can exert influence, can be a leader, then what you are going to have to do is conform left, right and centre around the workplace. When I look around the workplace, I don't really see many non-conformists at the top, and I certainly can't imagine a workplace that's full of non-conformists. So what I would say is that in order to get to a position so that you can have power, you need to be an expert conformist. You need to have expertise in the area. You need to be skilled at conforming in many different situations and getting on in many different boxes. So, let's not make out that this is a lark in a park to women and girls. Let's not give them folksy wisdom and advice, Christmas cracker sentiment such as, go for it girls, be true to yourself, listen to your heart, that's all it takes. Once you do that, everything else will flow and follow. It will be so easy. Let's not do that to them. Because if you think as a woman or a girl that something actually is easy and then you encounter problems yourself, then you're going to feel like you're inadequate. You might feel that the best thing to do would be to give up the ghost, throw in the towel. You might actually go back in your box, put yourself in your box. But if you realise that things are actually difficult, and you know that things are difficult, that when you encounter difficulty, you won't see that as such a great problem. You'll realise that this is normal. This is the way it has to be. It's a struggle and it takes a lot of work. So, to conform or not to conform? That was the question that I asked myself in a real sense in the last century. In the last century, 15 years ago, back in the day, back in 1995. So then, I was a lecturer at Cork Institute, Cork Regional Technical College, sorry, as it was known then, a lecturer in communication. Now the college at the time was going through a period of transition. It was rebranding, reformulating who it was to the outside world. It had recently incorporated the schools of art and music into who it was. Along came an artist called Noelle O'Callaghan, a Cork woman like myself. She came to me with an idea. Her idea was to have a life drawing class in a public area, to take the walls down from this activity, to allow the public to see what really goes on in a life drawing class. She wanted to point out that it involves hard work. An artist has to work. It's not easy for them. They have to concentrate and try and see what's really there in front of them. It takes focus, it takes concentration, it takes discipline. She wanted the world to know that. She wanted the world to know that it's hard work being an artist. She also wanted to focus on the fact that since the 1960s, in art colleges in Ireland, in the Crawford, that was now part of Cork RTC, where I worked, that there was a fall off in life drawing classes. It had lost its status. It was seen as a relic of the past, associated with representation, as opposed to modernity, where there was a rush to embrace concept art and installation work. Life drawing, boring old life drawing, drawing from the model, was seen as purely a relic from the past. She was worried that the students going through that art college would emerge unable to pass on the skills of drawing, essential for any artist. Now, I was really interested in this idea. I thought to myself, this is absolutely perfect for Cork Regional Technical College in its rebranding and its redrawing of itself. I thought, this is ideal. I was excited by the thought of science students, on the one hand, in the laboratory, trying to see what's really there, trying to have a neutral, objective observation without it being contaminated and polluted by theory. Artists in the studio were doing the very same thing. They were looking at what was in front of them, trying to see what's really there, trying to draw without relying on what had worked for them in the past. I thought this was absolutely wonderful. I liked the idea of the human figure emblazoned across the technological landscape. I rushed off to the top brass in Cork, in the Regional Technical College. And I thought that they would leap at this idea. I thought they would think this was a wonderful idea. I had forgotten, of course, that there were some people still there in 1995 who had a big problem with nudity. Because a life drawing class in art involves drawing from nude, naked human beings. It's quite difficult, actually, to draw from a live, naked human being. Much more difficult than if they were wearing clothes. I have experience of this myself because I was a model in the Crawford College of Art and Design in my student days. You strike a short pose, somebody has to try and capture that moment very quickly, and then you strike another pose. So I thought this was ideal. Now, I went off thinking that I was going to be given praise and recognition for my wonderful, innovative proposal to support this artist, to get the college to support the artist, and to have the event in the college atrium. Now, the artist herself had been inspired by that venue. This is a large, light-filled venue full of people, full of life. I couldn't have been more wrong, more fool me. What actually happened was I was told, not asked, told in no uncertain terms to call it off. I was told that this association would negatively impact on the college's reputation. It would discredit and downgrade the college's reputation. Now, as far as I was concerned, it was going to do the opposite. It was going to enhance the college's reputation. It was going to bring the college into the future. So to conform or not to conform, that was a real question for me then. What was I to do? What did I do? Did I conform? Did I not conform? Did I toe the line? Did I not toe the line? Did I move out of the box? Did I stay in the box? I stayed true to myself and I continued on organising the event. They stuck to their guns against me. I stuck to my guns for the event. Eventually, they said that what I had done was put a gun to their head, because there would have been more difficulty for them if they had called off the event at that stage than if they had let it go ahead, considering that I would be let loose in the media telling everyone why they wouldn't allow this event to be associated with them. Now, to cut a long story short, it all turned into a successful event. It took work, lots and lots of work. When there's a risk, you have to work doubly hard to minimize that risk. So that's what I did. I worked with the artist, Noel O'Callaghan, the instigator of Live, to organise a third level tour. I had thought that if I could get it on in Trinity College, the college in the country, the highest status, that then they would see reason, then they would realise that this was no problem. I organised the event with the artist. It became part of the Irish Life Dublin Theatre Festival programme. We received Arts Council funding. We got funding from Ballygowan, from Faber-Castell. It opened in Trinity College Dublin. It moved to Dublin City University. It ended up in University College Cork. And all without any riots occurring. But of course, it never happened in Cork Regional Technical College in the atrium. Now, the head of the art college even went against me. So I found myself there in a very difficult situation. Number one, I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe that these dinosaurs still existed in 1995. I thought they're not going to stop me moving forward into the future and bringing them with me. So I met a lot of resistance and I had a lot of stress trying to move that forward. Now, I was in my 30s. I had recently taken out a mortgage. I was in a temporary whole-time position at work. I had 3 children. I had to single-mindedly forget my family for the next 4 months to ensure that that event became a success. Because if it wasn't, then I surely was going to be out the door, so to speak. And if I wasn't out the door, I was definitely going to have a truncated career in that institution. Now, it all turned out to be an enormous success, so I got away with it. It took energy, stamina, determination, grit, work, more work. Did I say work? I'll say it again, work. Working to minimize the risk. Now, when I see those, the top brass, now they're long retired. This, as I said, is a story from the last century. When I see that top brass on occasion now, they say to me, wasn't that wonderful? Didn't we really push the boat out back then in 1995? They see it as a positive event, part of the college's history. I go along with that. I say, right, you're sure you did push the boat out, didn't you? Then I took a look recently. I said to myself, what's that artist doing? What has she been doing for the last 18 years? Is she still challenging, putting forward good ideas, pushing the boat out? Really? So I looked at her website and I saw that she had moved from drawing with her right hand, which she was fluent in, to drawing with her left hand, utilising another part of her brain, pushing herself, working hard to try and expand her perceptual horizons and come up with a fresh perspective on the universe. She developed this drawing with her left hand. This self-inflicted disablement to increase her perceptual horizons, she expanded to drawing with both hands. So now she draws with both hands, using both sides of her brain, firing on all cylinders. I then noticed on her website that she had a very interesting set of paintings which she referred to as the red zone. I thought, these sound interesting. What's she doing there? And then I looked and I saw that what she's doing is drawing with blood. So I thought to myself, well, there are plenty of people drawing with blood in the contemporary art world. There's nothing very unusual or groundbreaking about that. But then I realised, when I looked closer, that she's drawing from her blood, her female blood, her menstrual blood, drawing from her body. So this might be shock for shock's sake, just a superficial bang. But no, I think it's far more than that. So what was she doing? She was drawing from life. Blood is life. That's the first point. Blood is life. She was drawing from life. Life drawing took on a new meaning for me. The second thing was she was drawing from her life, from her body, directly from it, from her biological marker, her blood, herself, her life as a woman, her life as a Cork woman. I think this is a fascinating thing to do. She can only do it for a certain period of time. It's over. She's past it at a certain stage. Now, the third thing then I thought was, well, this certainly puts a new spin on what's referred to as Picasso's blue period. And then I thought to myself, this artist gets me thinking. I'm thinking, technological university status, Cork Institute of Technology, moving forward into the future, technological university. The human figure, the blood, lifeblood, juxtaposed with the technological landscape. Biomedical engineering, I'm thinking. Rebranding opportunities. Reformulating our identity as a university by harnessing the work of this artist and collaborating with her once more. So I'm saying to myself now, I must have a quick word there on Monday morning with the top brass in Cork Institute of Technology and see how they feel about that idea. So to conclude, to conform or not to conform. Now I won't say to you it's an easy road. It certainly isn't. I've survived. All's well that ends well. There's no dead bodies. It takes work. I'll say it again. It takes work, determination, grit, stamina, bloody hard work, in fact, to get anywhere in a work environment where conformity is the name of the game and don't rock the boat is the most serious, important rule in that environment. So even though, girls, you can make it, go for it, I would say it's going to take blood, sweat, and tears. Thank you.